So if you're looking to make tens of thousands at least out of your bookmaker accounts, you're not going to be doing what everyone else does. You're going to have to do something a little bit more unique and a little bit more specialist, if you like. It's the only way that you can reach into those layers of profit that really are attainable. They just require something a bit more in depth. The BeProfitSmart Academy is growing into 2025, lots more members coming on board, more really seeing the power of using the each way loophole that we teach in our big video series, and as well on our facts page, question page, things like that. Don't forget, if you just keep doing what has always been done, you will just get the same results as everyone else. If you look at this YouTube channel, you can see live on my accounts, tax-free profits, cold, hard proof. There's no denying it. They are real accounts, real numbers. And it's just because I'm always betting at a positive margin and I'm scaling the account from a newbie to pro, if you like, which is typically what a bookmaker would want and what they would expect.
You need to understand that the different size corporations normally have different risk limits. In other words, the bigger companies where you have far more customers and a bigger market share, typically we have found that the profits you'll be allowed to take are larger. And mostly I would presume that's because they can stomach the loss. They've got lots of people coming in the door. They've got the most gamblers going to them. And therefore, they're willing to lose some money on some customers. Obviously, that's going to depend on your approach, your stakes, deposits, etc., which is the whole point of the BeProfitSmart Academy method. But even if you're not using these high risk approach sites, there is still many that are sort of medium level and lower level. And what I mean by that is they have sort of some market share, they get some customers, but they're not getting as many as, your Sky Bet, Bet365, etc. So that's why the risk limits are lower, and you'll make less from them. Now, having said that, sort of medium-sized ones, Virgin Bet, Jeff Banks, he gets a bit upset with a lot of his bettors, I've found. And Leo Vegas, various sites will let you take some profit, but it's not as big as those main sites. But it's still a good lot. And if you use lots of them, it adds up anyway. It's important to note as well, a lot of new sites are cropping up. They're all fighting for market share. So you get new bookmakers that come out. Even if they don't offer extra places as sort of a promotion, it doesn't particularly matter too much because there is still what we call natural EV embedded. Sites like Star Sports, for example, in many cases, they will still offer you 4 places rather than 3 without making a song and dance and saying, putting a banner up on their homepage that says, that's what we're paying. So there's still value to be taken. But mostly on sites, for example, Bet365, one a lot of members run, you can see you've got various extra place races here. Now, the profits will be higher on those races. And again, it reflects the reason why they're offering them. They're offering them because they can afford to do it. That's why you don't see that many extra place offers on other bookmaking sites. They simply can't afford it. So if you're going to target with your capital, to begin with at least, you're probably best doing it with major sites. Now, if you're going to use a major site, we can call it that. Obviously, you need the risk rules. You can't just come in all guns blazing because they're targeted as well, by the gambling commission to keep players safe. What they call it, safe gambling. I don't think gambling can be ever responsible. It's a weird one, really. But in any case, like I said, the most profit is going to come from those major sites. So it's a good idea to start with the major sites with the highest leniency because they've got the most profit coming in, and then slowly work your way down and move into those medium and low size sites because there is a lot of them. And like I said, the profits will add in, but you just need to understand that value betting is going to be most profitable on sites where they've got the money to give you, if you like. And that's often why a lot of the videos I film are on these major sites. Some of them are on the medium-sized sites, some decent profits. Like I said, Jeff Banks, you can watch that one. There's various ones I've posted. But the majority, if you manage If you start and maintain a main bookmaker account very well, then you can rack up profits, and it doesn't really matter that there is only, X amount of them you can see on the list. Okay, so make sure that you are making your approach or your sort of staking sizing approach in line with the profit you're likely to take from that bookmaker. If it's a medium or low size site, then you're probably going to be on medium and low stakes, because as soon as you put them up, it's going to ring alarm bells for them, and then of course they're going to restrict you. Whereas if you do that on a main site, you're going to have less of a problem, because they're more they're more capable. They can afford to have people or customers betting larger amounts, but it can't be straight away. If you sign up with Bet365, you can't just go in and bet as much as you want. It has to be scaled up over time, and it's best done in a steady format, but you can go a bit further than you would with other sites. So I hope that makes sense. Don't forget, if you want to learn more, just go underneath this video. I'll see you in the next one.